This is John Fawcett again, Warning Coordination Meteorologist for the National Weather Service Office serving southern New Mexico and far west Texas. This weather briefing concerns this flash flood potential, yet another round. The potential impacts, of course, have already been occurring. We've had flash flooding overnight, especially this morning. And the threat continues today and through this evening. The ground is still saturated. Runoff is just too easy to occur, and it doesn't take as heavy a rain to cause flooding as normally would be the case. Road closures, yes, in these urban areas where you have the infamous areas that flood easily, your low water crossings, and then your rock slide areas, especially in the mountains with the steep sides of the mountain coming right down to the highway. And then rush hour, just as we saw this morning, the evening rush hour could also be worse than usual should the heavy rain continue. Now in El Paso, it's mainly been northeast El Paso so far that has been impacted the greatest. They had between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. 3.5 to more than 5 inches of rain. Most of that coming within 2 hours. One of our co-workers measured 5.37 inches of rain near Trans Mountain Road and Rushing. Unfortunately, there were cars submerged, water rescues attempted, most of them successful, but there was one that didn't work out, and there was one fatality, and that's always a possibility, unfortunately. Now, the Gila River could experience minor flooding along its banks or over its banks. Most of the rainfall has not been in the Gila, or at least from this point out shouldn't be there. That's something that we're going to monitor, though. And another concern is Lake Mescalero that was an inch over the spillway this morning, and that's going to have to be monitored as well. They're trying to release water to stay ahead of the situation if possible. Now today, much like yesterday's weather briefing, we have a lot of the same features. I wanted to take Odile out of there. Yes, her moisture's still here, but I'm tired of pronouncing that name over and over. She's been enough trouble for us. But we've also got that cold front that is decaying over the area, still providing lift, though, a focusing mechanism for storms to form. You have an upper disturbance coming out of Mexico. There could be a few others that follow. So all these things are coming together for our flood potential. And let's mention that upper low in Nevada. As that moves east, that could affect thunderstorms developing Sierra County, Grant County, places to our north, and then drifting southeast overnight. Another thing we need to watch. The Weather Prediction Center rainfall forecast, widespread rainfall amounts of over an inch in much of our area, especially north and east. And that will be shifting north and eastward over time as the trough to our north pushes through. Remember, you can have, as we've seen already, bullseyes of 3 or 4 inches or even more within that area. Uncertainties, any other impulses coming out of Mexico towards us, they're hard to pinpoint, and the timing is definitely hard to pinpoint over the next 24 hours. How long will the stalled front survive? It's wasting away as I speak here, late Monday morning, but it's still a mechanism that can focus thunderstorms to develop. Upper trough, is it going to be far enough south as it starts to pass by to our north today? We think so. And then the ending time, there's a variety of model solutions. One model has a cluster of storms develop tonight and move southeast towards the El Paso area, and that would be overnight. That could affect us as late as rush hour tomorrow morning. That's another thing to watch. And as I mentioned before, the location of those bullseyes of heavy rainfall, you can't really call those more than an hour or two ahead of time. Flash flood watch is valid through this evening. We're issuing flash flood warnings as we speak, and there's still potential of quite a bit of rainfall. And remember, it doesn't take that much rain over the saturated ground to lead to flooding. Thank you for your time. Monitor our Twitter account, and then our Facebook page. YouTube channel is how you're watching this right now. And then, of course, our web page. Please keep up with the latest information.